The business you do, the kind of companies you finance, all depend on what's going on in the economy at the time. But the values are always there, and they're telling you what companies to work with.
I'm Jason Georgatos with Partners for Growth, and I've had the pleasure of working with Don Campbell, who's to my right here, for the past 20 years. Don has been one of my mentors along with Andrew Kahn. This was a great opportunity, a great honor for me to be able to interview one of the pioneers of technology lending, one of the first people to do it, starting with technology leasing in the early 1980s.
Partners for Growth has always operated under a series of principles. Principles like looking for underserved areas and not following the market into overpricing areas and letting your discipline go. It becomes part of a culture that will carry a company through the good times and bads. When you think of those principles, they are eternal, they last. It doesn't matter what's going on in the business cycle, it doesn't matter what technology you're looking at. And I've always said that, if you find those that are underserved, that need help, because maybe people don't understand them, not willing to spend the time looking at them.
We're funding tech companies, even very successful ones. It's rarely up and to the right. It's a little bit like this and then eventually up. But one thing I've noticed is when you do have problems, the companies that do embody those principles and the people that embody those principles, they work with you and they work really hard and collaboratively, and they find solutions, and you find ways to get through the challenges together.
In today's world, you really need to know who you're doing business with, the way people treat each other and their standards and within the company. You look for those things because those are the things that are necessary on top of the expertise and experience. But beyond that, what you need is a philosophy that's involved the 4 H's. These were the qualities that they learned they wanted to have in anybody they hired, in any businesses they partner with, anybody who they seek money from. Now, they're the kind of values that you can carry on forever. So one is honest. I want people who are honest with themselves and with all their partners and their customers. Everybody is treated honestly.
Yes.
So you have to be humble to say, well, I don't know everything, and be curious. And so you learn from the people around you. Hungry, you want people who are actually ambitious and want to get ahead. And finally, of all things, happy. Because if you're not with people who are happy, it's not a necessarily great experience. And you should be happy. If you love what you're doing, you should be happy with it.
Those sound like just great principles to apply to life. So Don, we've now financed quite a few companies as PFG. In fact, I think over the last 20 years, we've financed 225 companies. A large portion of PFG's client relationships for new deals actually come from portfolio companies that we've worked with in the past. I was wondering if you could share some insights on maintaining long-term relationships with tech executives and also with the market and ecosystem at large.
So by maintaining those relationships, we're doing the right thing. Well, out of that comes some good things, because now we have people that we've worked with a long time. They know us, and they probably like us because we've been there, not like people who maybe wrote them a check and then disappeared and weren't there when they needed more help. And so, of course, when they have another company coming up, they'll think of us. When their friend has something they're doing, they'll think of us.
Thank you, Don, very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you for this, and thank you all